citizens, welcome to the show. It's Peric Wingman Ederson here, and let's talk about my weight a little bit, shall we? Blah, 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 wait. Anyway, let's go to forum feedback, blah, 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 my weight. So anyway, what's happening in the universe?
What's going on?
Crap.
And that is how we launched the 24-hour live stream. What an event. Some highlights, some lowlights. Highlights! Lowlights! But we had a good time. We showed you guys a lot of stuff. We had a great time revealing everything. We even got some stuff that we didn't plan to reveal. And we're going to take a look at some of that stuff that you might have missed over the course of the show. The stuff that was not included in the comlink. Stuff that, well, let's just show you how we launched. Well, what have we here? Thank you, Ligante.
Thanks.
This is
All right.
special. This is a lockbox.
I wonder what's in it.
I don't know. Should I open it?
Maybe
Oh.
I should open it.
No, I think I worked harder on the website.
Well,
all right, you open it.
Okay.
No, let me open it, and then you get.
yeah.
Oh,
What is this?
look at that, everybody! It is the website button.
Yes.
The demo button. Let's place that right here. Now, I think, in all honesty, that this should be your baby. I mean, you've done tons of work here at Cloud Imperium on it. We're proud of it. It looks fantastic. All the people out there that have helped us test it, they really like it. So should we?
Who's gonna press the button?
Not me. Go ahead, Zane. Press the
Okay.
button.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Are you guys ready?
I think they said yes.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cool. All right, there it is now.
In a moment, you'll be able to refresh the page, and hopefully the site is up.
And immediately after we pushed that button, as ever, you guys crashed the website. We had planned. John Erskine worked very hard, and Turbulent and Zane, and we thought we had this in the bag. We had a scalable solution all the way up to 8 servers. Well, it turns out we needed 18. So the website crashed or was very, very slow during the migration. Thank you very much to you guys. And we managed to scale up in the first 15 minutes to an hour and got it back working. Now, a lot of things were going on that night in Cloud Imperium. One of the things we wanted to do is we wanted to reveal the Banu. And so we did an interview with Chris Olivier about it, but he wasn't quite ready to show the Banu at that time. So what we ended up doing was, well, we took a live look at where he was with the Banu. Take a look at this.
Well, this is the original sculpt. It went through a few iterations, but this is sort of the latest approved version that Chris likes. And then it went to basically a color paint.
Wow.
Right, so trying to figure out sort of the texture and everything of what it's going to look like. The idea is that they have these sort of like dark, lifeless eyes that you can't really tell what's going on.
They always say that the eyes are kind of the window of the soul, right? So with them, it'd be tough to tell what they're thinking or what they're doing when you're communicating with them. Is this some of the reference you've been used for that?
Yeah, so it's actually still evolving. There's going to be some possibly like scarification, and we're using reference like this. Some tribal stuff. And so it's still evolving as far as their culture and everything.
Some of their mumbling.
Get out of here.
Too much juka.
Different interview.
All right. Thanks a lot for showing us this. Yeah, we're going to cut back to the live stream. And no Wingman's Hangar would ever be complete without some input from you guys, the fans. So two of our very favorites continued their crash course, Kin Shadow and Ligante. We tried to make it right, but, well, did we?
Wingman, it's Kin Shadow again. I crashed as you saw in my last video, but I have no idea where I am. spent the last 3 hours climbing out of this tree. Who is that? Lagante.
Hey guys. Hey women.
I don't know.
Lagante, Kinshadow. After years of fighting, this is finally starting to get a little too hectic around here. You guys are making people around here nervous. You know, things are getting a little out of hand. What started all this, Kinshadow?
Well, it started all back when we were in both SQ-42, good old days, but it started with Lagante giving me an expired coupon. It was part of poker winnings, and you know, it was for a sandwich or something like that, and I went to go redeem it at the quartermaster. You know, the boys got a good old laugh out of that, and so I decided to get Lagante back. Had maintenance weld his locker shut, and Lagante retaliated and started to build from there.
I'd have to say that he accidentally eradicated an entire 57 population.
Well, no. Let's not cast stones here. I mean, you're the one who poured the curry powder into the ventilation system of that asteroid base and asphyxiated all the people there.
I don't think pointing fingers or, you know, as you say, chaos stones is going to get anyone anywhere. Kinshadow, do you think you can do anything to work towards a resolution?
All right. I regret that I have been unable to successfully kill you so far.
Seriously.
Okay, that's called a threat. That doesn't count.
This is what I'm talking about.
All right. I commit to trying not to kill you in the future.
That's a step in the right direction, at least. Lagante, is there anything you can
Well, I have this coupon.
And while we scripted the entire show to have reveals all along the way, as Sun Tzu kind of says, any battle plan falls apart in the face of the enemy. Chris decided, hey, you know what? Let's take a look inside the constellation. And so we did, which was amazing. Continually, you guys amaze us. We had new stretch goals of 11 and 12 million, and we've actually blown through both of those since the live stream. We're honored, we're blown away by the support we've had and the trust, and believe me, we are working hard for it. 12 million is going to be a new sound studio, so we can get Martin out of his office at home, and his roommates will probably be happy about that. But 11 million, which is something I'm pretty happy about. We're going to get our team out of this basement. As much as we love it here, it is cramped. Well, we took a look around the office, and you can see it's kind of like a clown car with elbows sticking out windows. Take a look at this.
Sounds good. All right, so we're going to follow the Morlan and take a look at the devastation done around the office. So there's Mr. Nightingale. Hey, Mike. Say hi to everybody. Star map. Don't want to look too much at that because some stuff's not revealed. Let's go to Olivier's side. This is Skeleton over there. He's not here right now. I think he's passed out. This thing smells like cigars in there. There's Michael, the editor extraordinaire. Popped up this week and we're working with us. Art room. You can see the devastation there where Zane's normally sleeping. There's Brian. Hey, Brian. How you doing? So this is a little live. You can see kind of what's going on. Look at the trash cans, all full of booze. Some more stuff. Hey, Ben, what's going on?
Still awake?
Still awake for now. Ben's desperately not trying to nod off.
Yeah.
We'll go this way. Let's go back around the other way now, Mike. What do you think? There's John and Dave, desperately trying to avoid the camera. Who are you that flies so good?
And we had a lot of other channels going on during the live stream. We had Rob Irving and Ben on Channel 3, and even though we had audio problems, people seemed to like the Q&A that was going on there. Rob was taking chat roll questions and answering them directly. We had Mark Skelton and the Hookah and gang out on Channel 6 with some hijinks and some crazy behavior, but you know, that's kind of how we roll. We work hard, we play hard. It's all for making this game better. And there's also a lot of very, very cool videos that we put together inside Cloud Imperium Games. Those are all up and available on the comlinks. You can absolutely access them now in a much easier way on the new website. Take a look at all that stuff inside Cloud Imperium Games. We're going to be doing that more and more in the future, showing more of those things on Wingman's Hangar as there's more to the game to show. We've got some really cool stuff coming up that I don't want to really mention that we've shot that wasn't quite ready to show yet, but it's coming in the future. But anyway, get onto the comlink, take a look at that. And of course, no show of this size could ever happen without our very own producer, production manager, extraordinaire, senior microphono, Alistair Fitzsmithy, Mr. Mike Morlan himself. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, I'm doing good, doing good.
So we did the live stream.
That we did.
And it was a lot of people worked on it.
A lot of people. I was just kind of spearheading a lot of efforts. There were editors creating videos left and right. Michael Goodwin was here in town cutting a lot of the videos for us. We had
he was a good find for us, actually.
He was great. He stepped up and he helped out with the stream as well, taking over for me when I needed to step away.
And we had Sandy's roundtables that were taken, edited out in the Santa Monica office. They got an editor out there. Travis led that up there. So the logistics of this, though, it wasn't easy. I mean, I think we learned a lot during the making of this thing, and things we did very well. Things that didn't work very well, and we might talk a little bit about that too.
Sure.
How the logistics? Walk us through how hard it is to stream 2 locations, 6 channels, all through the web.
So here's just basically what we're doing. We just kind of threw this together from several pieces in order to be able to get the stream out to you in a responsible and reliable way. Yeah, like that's working. On the left here is where we're handling all our Skype calls whenever we're on the network and haven't kicked ourselves off. I know. We've got a laptop for handling miscellaneous things, including a little bit of Logante voice processing in the morning. We're going to be playing around with that. We've got a little switcher down here. It allows us to switch between cameras and all our sources. Some extra audio down here. And then here's the big streaming system running a program called vMix. That's a virtual switcher. It allows us to switch everything in and be able to switch between sources. Michael, why don't you just lay this lower third super over the bottom there. Now you can see it kind of popping out of on the bottom of our screen. Go ahead and take it away again. And there it's gone. And it's just how we do it. We're just kind of constantly laying everything in on different places. And that's kind of what's going on behind the scenes.
That was our first challenge was we were in 2 separate offices, unlike the original fundraiser where everybody was just in one room, had a bunch of cameras.
One audio source.
That was a little confusing to some of the viewers that all the cameras had their own microphones, and if they wanted to see everything, they had to either mute other things or try to listen to it all, which was a little bit of a cacophony for some people.
Yeah, maybe a FAQ beforehand explaining all that stuff might be a good idea for the future stuff.
Of course, the secondary channels were all sort of ad hoc. We weren't making any specific plans.
Yeah, there was no content made for those. Those were just supposed to be hijinks, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, Sandy wanted this done, and she wanted this just to be
a little
kind of
freeform.
a little freeform, just like we did in the first one. And with Sandy and I, we did the Wingman's basement, and she was like the parrot. They called her my parrot, because she was behind my shoulder. We had a great time doing that out there. So, we wanted to get some of that free spirit of the making of the game. And honestly, guys have been working insane hours. Forrest was up like 46 hours. Zane had been up 30, 40 hours. And so people need to blow off a little steam when that happens.
Absolutely. And that's what we gave those secondary channels for. And of course, a little fun and weirdness happened on channel 1, too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You can't control it completely, although we're going to work on that, I think, a little bit better.
Yeah, I think channel 1, some weirdness did happen. I mean, we got kind of overrun with fans. It was great to have fans in, but we didn't expect so many to show up. It just
was surprising.
Yeah, no, I mean, we know there's a lot out there that want to be part of the game and part of the process, but it was crazy.
Absolutely. I think one of the big challenges was just we have 30 people working in the office, and we practically doubled that.
Oh yeah, we had over
during the
25 fans show up.
So.
Here in Austin and LA had quite a few. I think 10 plus showing up there. So
I think some of the fans were incredibly gracious, though. Michael Nightingale brought complete supplies.
Helped us. Oh my God!
I never went hungry a moment. I could always get a little snack if I needed to get some energy.
Michael and Dennis have been to both of these actually, and Michael in particular has been amazing, and he's helped us a few times on set and moving around with second camera shots and
he steps up.
He does, and Legante and Ken Shadow were as we saw earlier were really fun to have around. I mean, in fact, everybody that came was really really fun and good to know, and we had a blast doing it. There was a lot of going around behind the scenes because there were like 50, 60 people in very small space, and we'll do some of that a little different in the future.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
we'll manage that.
We'll manage that a little bit better. I think we'll have it might be quite a bit different. So let's talk a little about the logistics. We pull up the little screenshot there. And,
sure.
And let's take a look at how this all worked.
One of the big challenges was to get all these multiple offices and multiple streams all working together and playing together.
Right.
And we had, first and foremost, we needed to find a destination for our live stream.
That's true.
And we had found that certain providers just weren't ready for what we were trying to do. And we decided, we kind of tested out Twitch TV on the Wingman Hangar the week before, just kind of see how it was received.
And Brooke at Twitch TV has been a big help. They sponsored us. They put us on their front page. The traffic was insane.
It was. He said that we brought more than half of the viewers ourselves to Twitch rather than through their promotions.
Which is rare.
Which is a tribute to the fan base.
Completely a tribute to the fan base. So how did it all work? What went into this?
Well, looking at the diagram, you can see that we had all these streams on one page, and most of the streams were just a simple PC running a streamer and a webcam. But the big live stream was a little bit more complex. We had we were first managing Skype calls between Austin and LA and with interview guests on one machine, and that was handled here in Austin. I actually made all those calls, and then I would send that into the streaming machine and send that to the world. So LA actually first came here to Austin via the Skype calls, and then we streamed it up to Twitch, and that was kind of one of the more complex challenges we had.
Yeah, and one of the things we've learned, I think, is that multiple mics are a bad thing, especially if you have a couple of beverages, so to speak. People start having side conversations and microphones get, in Los Angeles we have the mic that's very sensitive. When you hit the table, it blocks everybody's sound out, right? So anytime that happened, it would go. And then our microphone is very signor microfono. Well, however you say that is really sensitive, and it takes over everything too.
Well, certainly, and in a professional studio, which I wouldn't say we are by any means, there's people to actually manage the audio in addition to the video. So you've got different personnel, and we were doing it with just a skeleton crew and trying to accomplish a lot.
Right. And I think we did. At the end of the day, we raised a lot of money. We had a lot of fun with the fans. We revealed some things like the Avenger, the Constellation. We had a lot. It was a highly successful event. I give it a 75. Nice to dance to, good beat, but it's not quite a 95. So we can do better. Right?
Well, we learned a lot. We learned about how to manage our bandwidth. We went down 2 or 3 times throughout the night. A couple times because we just pretty much overflowed our bandwidth.
Yeah, Time Warner. It spiked Time Warner, and they shut us out.
Yeah, that happens. So we learned how not to do that.
Yeah, we did.
And then there was, and it was so funny. We had 2 minutes to go. I had put a countdown up on the screen,
oh my gosh.
and we were just looking for that big goodbye.
and we lost our stream. And fortunately, because Travis Day was working on the other end in LA, he and Chris and the crew were able to bring up a stream over in LA and wrap up the show with a champagne toast.
Which is great because we were down for the next hour.
We were gone.
They weren't letting us back on the web. They were like, "No, you have exceeded your bandwidth. You are no longer able to stream."
I don't know what happened.
I don't either. It was very weird. But I mean, because we both have 50-50s, 50 up, 50 down, because we do a lot of data streaming. You know, there's dev out in Santa Monica, there's dev out here, and basically our servers communicate all the time, and so there's a lot of data transfer, but I guess not 6 channels of streaming content all the time.
So we're gonna do a little bit of fallback and learn some things. Rico's going to help. Our network guy is going to help us out, figure out how to improve our game and make sure that we don't drop.
We'll get better at it as we go, and you know, maybe not 24 hours either. You know, who knows?
Well, I think some of the fun for the viewers is the watching us go through the endurance trial. I think it's like the old dance competitions back in the 40s and 50s.
True, that's true.
That is true, but it's part of the spectacle.
It makes it difficult.
True,
especially when you're starting to. It's like you lose sleep, you lose ability to focus, and it just starts to. I mean, I think the wee hours end up being crazy, but some people like that.
Some people like it, but I think it's also an endurance for the viewers because not everybody gets to watch the whole stream.
Right. Ooh, we also will be stretching out sales events and things of that nature because, you know, we learned there that if, you know, some people are asleep, they miss out on things, and we hear about it, and rightfully so. True. So, yeah, we'll get better at it. I mean, again, I'll give it about a 7. I think we can do 9 or 10 later, you know, and so we'll get better. I'm not saying when it'll be, but, you know, we'll leave that up to our marketing VP, Sandy, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
So I want to thank everybody. This has been a kind of a look back. Right now, the United States is having a July 4th weekend, so we're not actually in the offices. We're shooting this on Tuesday and editing, and then we'll have it up ready to go. So we're not doing the live stream this week. We're just going to have it up at 11 a.m. on Friday, ready to go. We'll be back next week with somebody named Herr Roberts answering forum feedback questions. So get your videos ready, get your ideas and questions ready to go, and throw some good questions at us. We'll be ready for next week's Wingman's Hangar, a normal episode. So where are we going to see them?
In the verse.